up, everybody? Garrett back here, and what I have today is I've got my order from Trick or Treat Studios, and it's something that you guys helped me purchase, and it's finally here. Alright, so a couple weeks ago I went live and I said Trick or Treat Studios is having their last chance sale on some of their Chucky and Halloween stuff because, as we know, they're losing the licenses, so they're trying to get rid of all their backstock and all their items that they put out. And there was one that I was really been eyeing for a long time. I just hadn't pulled the trigger. So I came live and I said, let's look at this together, and I want you to finally talk me into pulling the trigger on this item. Now, I got the item here today. I ordered actually 2 items. One has not shown up, so this is just one item. It's the bigger of the 2, but it was a last chance, and thankfully I got it when I did, because this is already sold out now. So thank you guys for talking me into it, because this is now sold out. People are starting to get them. I'm seeing videos on them, and this thing looks super cool, so let's dive in now. I got a big box from Trick or Treat Studios. We're gonna open this bad boy up. Boom. All right. A foam piece here. Big piece of foam. Ooh, all right. So I've gotten something similar from them before, so I kind of have an idea of how this is going to come. But it comes in a big box, and as you can see, it's the Child's Play 3 Pizza Face or Pizza Head Chucky, whatever you want to call it. This was something I really wanted. Now, I do collect a lot of Chucky memorabilia, and unfortunately, I do not have the Ultimate Chucky, which this actually belongs on. So, I do know if anybody wanted that Ultimate Chucky, it just went back on for, I think there's like, they found some or whatever, so they put a little bit more on there. So it is back on the site, but this head is not. So this head is not on the site currently. It is sold out, along with the Tommy head, which is something else I kind of wanted, but because I didn't own the doll, I was like, it's not worth me getting. But at least with this guy, I can display this head alone. I do have the NECA Bride of Chucky dolls. I do have the Good Guy dolls, but I did not get this Ultimate doll. I wasn't super impressed with it in comparison to the ones that I had, and it was pretty expensive, so I didn't really want to pull the trigger on it, but I would have loved to, just to put some different heads and stuff on it. But I think this thing will display nicely on a shelf. And this thing looks really cool. I've seen some detail on some videos on it, and this and the Tommy head are just amazing. My only issue with a lot of the Trick or Treat Studios Chucky stuff is I don't like the teeth. I didn't like the teeth on the chrome skull from part 2 that I have. I didn't like the teeth on that. I didn't like the teeth on the doll that I saw, and I don't really like the teeth on this either. But other than that, everything else looks really cool. As you can see, just in the box, it looks fantastic. Really nice box. It's got some cool artwork here. And like I said, I don't know if they'll ever do something like this again. I know Universal's going to get the license back, but I don't know if they'll ever do something like this. So I think this was just something I really wanted in the collection to just display on a shelf, because it's just such a unique time in the Child's Play franchise with part 3, which doesn't get a lot of love or a lot of attention when it comes to memorabilia and stuff. So I definitely wanted to get this pizza face. Now I'm going to undo this now, and I'm going to take it out and give you a closer look. Alright, so I got him out of the package now, and man, looking at him again, it's just really cool. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I think the eyes look fantastic. The gore on his face, the pizza looks fantastic. I mean, this is something else. Like I said, the teeth, I don't know. I don't know what you do with them. I think NECA did a pretty good job with the teeth, because it's funny because it's still a doll, but at the same time, he kind of started to get a little bit more realistic teeth. But I don't know, there's something about the teeth that I just don't like. I think they could have been a little bit more detailed, because if you would see the eyes and stuff like that, I mean, it looks so damn good. And this does just sit, right? So this will be a really cool prop to just kind of sit. Now, if you know the Ultimate Chucky, like I said, I didn't get it. I wasn't a big fan on the head that came on it. I didn't really like the look. It was very pale, had like a weird expression. But that's about the part I didn't like. Now, if I was to put this on there or the Tommy one, I would have really kind of wanted that. Does a part of me want to go on and get it? Yes. But I just think it's a little too pricey with what I want to spend. You know, if they did a big discount on it because they were trying to get rid of them, of course I would grab it. But $600, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Chucky dolls. I really don't see myself getting another one. I think this will look fine on the shelf. But it's unfortunate because I would have loved to have the Tommy set inside that box. But I don't know. But gang, what's interesting about this, as much as I love this, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this yet. I've only watched a couple videos on this. But if you guys remember when they put out the catalog last year and they showcased for the first time the pizza face head for the Ultimate Chucky, the Tommy head for the Ultimate Chucky, and the Tommy head comes with hands and it's in the box with hands. Well, all of a sudden now this one doesn't come with hands, because if you go back and look at that catalog, there was hands, there was a middle finger hand, and I can remember that as clear as day because I thought, how cool would that be to get that Chucky doll with this head and the middle finger hand? That would have been so sick. So obviously something must have happened. If you guys know what happened, I don't remember seeing any kind of like press release or anything like that about it, but I'm sure a lot of people don't remember that. So guys, it's so odd that they decided to scrap the hands for this, and what's even more odd is that it still costs the same money as the Tommy, which also comes with the other hand. So, interesting fun fact, I guess, about that. I would have loved to have the hands, but at the same time, I don't have the Chucky doll to go with this, so at that point, I don't know, I guess the head is fine. But if I did own that doll, I would have wanted those damn hands, because those were pretty damn rad. Alright, so again, we've got the Child's Play 3 Chucky head, and if you know Trick or Treat Studios, it has that pop-off feature on the back where you can go and mess with the eyeballs. So again, you can get Chucky to look around, which is a pretty cool feature that it has. I think that's really, really cool, especially with that eyeball that's in there that you can see the whole thing. So I do think that's a pretty cool feature to have, and as you can see, it just opens in the back, and you've got that inside. I mean, it's pretty creative. You know, a part of me is like, well, you know, that's kind of annoying because it's going to fall apart. But once this is on, you can't tell. It's pretty firm. I mean, I didn't even know how to get it. I just kind of pulled. But yeah, this is the Child's Play 3 Chucky head, which you are going to see proudly displayed behind me, probably in the new studio on a shelf. So that's going to be a goal, is to get him up there, because I just think this is such a cool piece. Now guys, let me know, did you grab this thing? But don't go away just yet, because I do have an unboxing from a subscriber that kind of has to do with what we're talking about today. So again, let me know about this Chucky doll. Do you remember those hands I was talking about? Did you get this thing because it's sold out? Let me know what you think of it. I think this was cool for sure. I'm glad I have this. I'm glad I grabbed it, especially if there's no other way to get this thing again. And what I did just notice is on the back, it says property of Universal City Studios, LLC. So very interesting. I wonder if that is on the Ultimate Chucky as well. Does anybody know if it's on the back of the Ultimate Chucky? Is this something they just had to put on here? Because technically I think it's up. I think the rights are gone. So they're just trying to get rid of some backstock. But maybe they had to kind of put that on there as some kind of deal, because that's where it seems like all these rights are going back to. And Trick or Treat Studios lost the rights to Child's Play, Chucky, and Halloween and stuff, which is unfortunate and sad, and I did a full video on that if you want to check it out. But guys, I'm going to open this box with somebody. I know what's in here because they reached out to me because they did watch the show when I purchased this on Trick or Treat Studios and asked me a question. So again, here's a box I got in the mail from a subscriber, from someone who's watching. So again, Colin, thank you so much for this. Thank you for reaching out, which again shows me that people are into the content, are listening to what I'm saying, are loving the show, because he said, hey, did you end up ordering the Toxic Avenger figure from Trick or Treat Studios like you mentioned in the stream? And I said, actually, I didn't. I ordered the Chucky head and I ordered something else, but I said I did not end up ordering the Toxic Avenger because I wasn't afraid that was going to sell out. It might be something I'll go back and grab. And he said, well, don't get it. I'm going to send you something. And I said, all right, man, cool. I'll open it on the show that I do my unboxing for Trick or Treat Studios. So here we go, gang. Let's see what we got here. This is awesome. If you watched the stream, I had mentioned this is something I always wanted, something I never, ever had. And it was just one of those things that's always been on, like, get list. And for whatever reason, it just always went in the back burner. Like, I couldn't get a good price on it. Or then I was like, oh, something else came up. I'll eventually go back and try to get a good price on it. But I just never had it. Now, let's see. And that is the original Toxic Crusaders figure, Toxie. This figure is from the 90s, and it looks awesome. Look at it. Look at it. Would you look at it?
Just look at it. Just look at it.
At this. Dude, thank you so much for this. This is so damn rad. It's got the mop. Man, this guy is going to be displayed on my shelf in here. Or in my other studio for sure. This is something I always wanted. I can remember going to the store as a kid when these came out and really wanting this thing right around the time where like Ninja Turtles were starting to kind of fade away. And I remember being at the store and they didn't have Toxie. They had other people. And then I just never ended up going to get it again. And for years, I always wanted this just again because it represents horror and stuff like that. And what a wild cartoon. Of the Toxic Crusaders, which I do own the series on DVD. So to have this figure now, and it just blows me away the fact that you watched the show, listened, and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to hook him up with the OG, and he's not going to have to go buy that brand new one, which, again, I think is a cool item. But this, I would rather have the OG any day. Thank you so much for checking this out. As you can see, this was my first Trick or Treat Studios haul of the year. Like I said, I am going to get one more item. I might as well just open it for you guys when I get it because it'll just be for content. But thank you so much again for checking this out. I'm so stoked with these things. Let me know in the comments below what you think of what I showcased today. And make sure to subscribe because we are just about to hit 6,000 subscribers. And hopefully by the time this video comes out, we will be there. Alright gang, this is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay